A really smart question to ask is, what actually is the difference between an asylum seeker, a refugee, and say, an economic migrant? Let's talk about economic migrants first, because that's really such a different category. An economic migrant is somebody who has the freedom and the means and the choice to come to somewhere like New Zealand. That's very different because it's an economic decision, whereas a refugee and an asylum seeker are a humanitarian issue. Very different. So what then is a refugee? Well, a refugee is someone, according to the 1951 conventions that we and 147 other countries have signed, has been suffering from persecution of some kind. Often they're people who are running from war, not always. The process of becoming a refugee in New Zealand is a very intensive one that will require lots of scrutiny, months of scrutiny by New Zealand immigration and officials before you're granted refugee status. But once you're granted refugee status and your case has been won, you're allowed to stay as a permanent resident. An asylum seeker then is somebody who, you can think of them kind of like a starter refugee. They're people who have begun the process of asking for refugee status, but their case hasn't been determined yet. So those are the differences. If you want to learn more about refugee definitions and keep up on the issues, feel free to like our page, WagePeaceNZ, on Facebook. Thanks.